Streamers, welcome back to another video. It's your friendly neighborhood tech guy, Psych, and I'm here today with another video for you guys. Guys, we all know that if you decided to start streaming, you guys did it more so to stream, to share your hobbies, whether that's gaming, music, just talking to people, whatever it is. You didn't really sign up because maybe you didn't want to be a videographer. You probably didn't want to be an audio engineer. So what I'm trying to say is that audio is a very complicated thing. You can ask anyone that's in the production industry. Everyone will tell you that when it comes to production, audio is even more important than your visuals. That's correct. If you're streaming, what your audience hears is going to be more important than what they see. That's just how important audio is, especially when you're streaming. Your audience might be willing to put up with okay visuals, but if your audio is bad, no one will want to watch your streams or your videos. A lot of people fool themselves into thinking that you have to spend tons of money on expensive equipment to get good sound, but that just isn't true. It's true that there's a correlation with how expensive your audio equipment is and how high the quality of the audio does tend to be, but there are many tips and tricks that you can do to make any piece of equipment that you have work, that you can do for free, and that doesn't require tons of expensive equipment to do so. For example, today I'm going to be showing you how to get good sounding audio with just an onboard microphone that you have on your headset. It's true, you can get good audio with just this, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do just that. Guys, I just wanted to give you a friendly reminder that in the event that you want to ask me any questions, you can find me live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links in the description down below. In the event that you want to talk to any of the experts in our community about any help regarding tech, if that's audio, camera, streaming, PC issues, or any technical issues at all, you can go ahead and join our Discord, and I'll go ahead and put the links to the Discord in the description down below as well. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get professional sounding audio on your streams for free just using software. Now, for anyone who's watching who is not a streamer, do not fret. You can still use these techniques for YouTube videos or recording audio in any other way. It's just in particular, I will be showing you additional tips that you can use for streaming. But if you guys want to see me make a video specifically for YouTube videos or podcasting, any other sort of medium that uses audio, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. And please do subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you are informed of when I post that video. Presumably, if you're already watching this video, then you are already a streamer. You already have your stream set up. If you do not have your stream set up yet, I'm gonna leave a card over, is it here? Over here. I'm gonna leave a card up on this corner here with a video that shows you how to get started streaming in 5 easy steps. I truly do recommend it for anyone who's a beginner and doesn't know where to start regarding streaming. If you haven't set up your stream yet, I highly recommend you watch that video first, because you might need to know some information that I covered in that video in order to apply these tricks first. For example, in that video, I covered the use of OBS as a broadcasting software. And today, in fact, we are going to be using OBS as our broadcast software of choice to set up our microphone. So let's go ahead and open up OBS here. All right, guys, so we're here in OBS, and of course the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is plug in the earphones or the headset that has the microphone we want to use. So go ahead, get your headset and plug it in. All right, guys, now that the headset is plugged in, we're going to go ahead and add it as a source to our scene here. If you guys saw my last video, you already know how to set up a scene and how to add an audio source. You add a microphone to your gameplay scene or your intermission scene in the same way. That's what we're going to do right now. Let's add our microphone as a source to this scene here. So just like last time, we're going to go ahead, hit this plus right here, audio input capture, and then we're going to put headset microphone right here. All right. And then you have to search for your microphone of choice. My microphone is the microphone high definition audio device. So we're going to put that there and hit OK. Now, obviously, that's the easy part, guys. We've already covered this before. The kicker is we're going to be showing you how to get the audio from how it sounds right now, which is super rough,
to sounding like this. And the kicker is you could do it with any pair of earbuds, headset, or even a USB mic. It works with pretty much anything.
All right, guys, so before we get into all the super technology like aspect of it, a little bit of audio 101. All the tips and tricks that you do will not matter if you cannot get a good recording environment. Now, this doesn't mean soundproofing your room. By no means am I asking you to do that, because number one, it's expensive and extremely time consuming, and it might not even give you the best results. So what does this include? Get any people or noisy pets out of the area in which you're going to record. Turn off any fans you might have, as that may produce additional sound in the environment, which will ruin your sound recording. Or perhaps record in a carpeted room, because having carpet on the floor does reduce the amount of noise that you pick up from the room. And also, when you're recording audio, get your microphone as close to your mouth as possible, because what that will do is not only will it give you a warmer, richer sound, but you will also be decreasing the amount of noise that your microphone picks up from what we call the noise floor. And what you're doing by moving the microphone closer to your mouth is that you're getting the microphone to cut out the noise from the noise floor and instead focus on your voice. To get your microphone near your mouth, it's recommended either wearing a headset like the one that I'm going to be using in this video, or like this microphone, the Shure SM7B, or any USB microphone. You put it on a boom arm to elevate it close to your mouth. It can also really help to put your microphone on a shock mount, because the shock mount will absorb any shocks that are trying to go up the microphone. It'll prevent it from reaching it. And it could also really help if you add a windscreen to your microphone to prevent any noise of wind, whether it's coming from your mouth or from the environment, from going into the microphone. Also, a pop filter could really help as well, because it'll stop the plosives, which it sounds like your P's, like p-p-p, from going into your microphone. If you guys would like to see some examples of this additional equipment, like a boom, a shock mount, a pop filter, or windscreen, I will put some examples in the description down below that you could click on to check them out. If you purchase anything from those links, it would also be supporting the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it. The HyperX microphone that we're going to be using today actually already has a windscreen on it. It came with it, so that's pretty cool. Now that you have your environment treated, you can record properly. I'm going to be showing you what are the things that you can do with software to get your microphone sounding good. All right, guys, now that we're back in OBS, we're going to have to pick up where we left off, which is right-clicking your microphone. You should have already added it to your scene as a source. And when you right-click it, you're going to go ahead and click where it says filters. Once you're in filters, you're going to see on the left here, it says audio filters. Go down to this plus. And what you're going to do is start adding filters. Essentially, filters are basically filters that you add to your audio through software to change how it sounds. You can't get very high quality audio from a cheap pair of headphones normally, so you use these filters to enhance the audio that is being picked up by your cheap microphone. And we could get a pretty good result doing this. Something that's very important to note is that when you're recording audio, there is this thing that is called the signal chain. Basically, when your microphone is picking up your voice, it is converting the sound waves of your voice into electronic signals. That is important because that determines in which order you have to apply the filters. So what I'm saying is that it's very important that you apply the same filters I'm applying in the same order than I am applying them. Now, how you apply the filters, like, you know, how many decibels you boost or remove, that is purely dependent on your taste, your preference, but the order in which you apply these filters is very important, so make sure you follow along with me. So as I was saying, first we're going to hit the plus here, and the very first filter that we're going to add is going to be the gain filter. The very first step to making your microphone sound good is leveling your microphone. We are going to achieve this by using the gain filter.
Right now, as you can hear, the audio sounds super bad and super crackly. That is because it's called peaking. Basically, the very top of our audio signal is too high to be processed by the computer. It's going over 0 decibels, and the peaks of the audio wave is getting clipped off. So what we're going to do to fix that is slide the gain meter over here until we're at a decent yellow. I would say about halfway through the yellow if you put your attention down here. to the meters that show you where your voice is going to. I think it's good if you project your voice. You always want to project your voice when you're recording audio to have it land around the yellow mark for us right there. Now, I would say our microphone is leveled.
Now, I'm sure while I was recording that segment, you guys heard all that horrible noise coming from the background despite me treating my sound environment. There's a way to fix that. The way that you're going to want to do that is by adding a noise suppressor and a noise gate.
So to cut out this dreadful background noise, we go over here to the plus again, and then you're going to go ahead and hit noise suppression. And at around -30 dB, I find that it does the job just well, just perfectly fine. And then very importantly, next, we're going to go back to the plus. We're going to hit noise gate. I would leave the attack time, hold time, and release time just as it is, but we're going to go ahead and slide this over to be at around -25 works for me. And I believe over here, backwards actually, the close threshold is always going to have to be a lesser amount of decibels than the open threshold. The close threshold basically determines what level or what sounds the microphone is going to cut off. So we want everything that's below 35 decibels to be cut off, and then we want the microphone to open at -30 decibels again. So if I stay quiet, you don't hear the background noise anymore. How awesome is that? Now, the last step of what you're going to want to do is add a compressor filter. Compression does two things. It basically makes your audio sound a lot richer, and it also makes it so that the audio does not peak furthermore than just leveling your microphone. Now, when it comes to the ratio here of the compression, the industry standard is a 4:1 compression ratio. Personally, that's what most people use. I like to use an 8:1 compression ratio because when I'm streaming, I do have a little bit of a more energetic voice. Sometimes I shout, and sometimes I could be really quiet. So I'd like to put it in 8:1. The compression is going to be a bit more aggressive, and I find that that works for me best. The threshold, I always recommend setting it at -18 decibels. That's industry standard as well. You could put it a little bit higher at maybe -12 dB. Some people like to do that, but personally I prefer the -18 dB, and that works fine for me. And again, I would leave the attack and release alone. Now, what I do recommend is output gain. I wouldn't add more than 5 decibels. In fact, I probably wouldn't do more than 3. Basically, since you're compressing your audio, the gain is being further reduced by the compression, so the output gain lets you add back some gain post the compression, like after the compression's already done. I like to add an additional 3 decibels of gain after the compression is finished.
So as you can see, we already got the microphone sounding so much better, and for a lot of you guys, that might be just fine to use the microphone that way. However, if you want an edge over other streamers or videographers, podcasters, what I would recommend is putting some equalization on your audio. There are many industry standard recommendations that are made for equalizing recording your voice, and I will show you guys those in a minute. But why is this so important for applying this to your cheap headset microphone, earbuds, or USB microphone? Is because normally to equalize your audio, you would need a mixer. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to equalize your audio without the use of a mixer. It's all for free. In order to do this equalization, we're going to need you to download 2 more programs to get it done. The first program being Voicemeeter, and the second program being Virtual Cable. I'm going to go ahead and leave the download links to both those softwares in the description below as well. And let's get right into it. All right, guys, so we're here on the Voicemeeter page. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to the download. Go ahead, download all the information there. We're going to hit save. And before doing anything else, let's also go ahead and get the virtual audio cable software as well. Let's go ahead and download that as well here. And we're going to save the files. All right, guys, once you have both the softwares downloaded, go ahead and run the setup exes for both of them, and you're going to have to restart your computer once they're installed to get them working. All right, guys, once you have your Voicemeeter set up, you're going to want to go ahead and open up the software. And the first thing I'm going to be showing you how to do here is put your inputs and your outputs. For your hardware input, you're going to want to go and find your microphone in this list here. For me, it is microphone high definition. You can tell it's working now because when I put the microphone near my mouth, you see that the meter starts moving along with it. Then for your hardware output, you're going to want to choose the virtual cable, the WDM cable input VB audio virtual cable, which was the other software program that we installed. That's the virtual cable software that we installed, and now it's going to be outputting to that. So to get your microphone sounding nice and good, what we're going to want to do is get this square here, and this is going to be highly dependent on your voice and microphones, but I find that putting your square right around here works for most microphones. And then you're going to want to put the audibility up to 3 over here. Next, we're going to want to get this fader, and we're going to want to put it down to about 2.8 decibels. Works just fine. All right, guys. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and click M here for both of these. And for the hardware output, make sure that you put stereo repeat on for both sides. All right, guys. A little secret for you. When it comes to recording the voice, typically you don't want to make equalization adjustments more than 3 decibels on either side. And what you want to prioritize are both the lows and the highs. What you're going to want to cut out are actually the medium frequencies, which ends up making your audio a lot more muddy. So that's what we're going to do now using Voicemeeter. So now we're going to go over here where it says equalizer. We're going to go to bass, and we're going to boost it by about 3 decibels. We're going to cut the medium frequencies by about 3 decibels, and then boost the highs just by 3 over here as well. All right, guys, now that you have your equalization set up, the most important note you have to make from this is that you're no longer going to be using your microphone to record in your software. Whether you're using OBS or Audacity, any software, instead of putting your microphone, you're instead going to put the virtual cable. And I'm going to show you how to do that in OBS right now. Let's head over. All right, we're back on OBS. Now we're going to go ahead and right click headset microphone. We're going to go ahead and click properties, and then we're going to go back to the list. Instead of searching for your microphone now, what you're going to search for is cable output VB audio virtual cable. Once you do that, hit OK, and now the equalization is going to be applied to your microphone. You can thank me now. Just drop a comment, share the video. Thank me now. Thank me now. All jokes aside though, guys, as you can see, that's how much of a difference all these little tips and tricks makes for recording your audio. And you don't have to let people trick you guys into thinking that you need super expensive equipment. Now, I do feel kind of dumb for buying a $400 microphone and a $300 mixer, but that's besides the point. All jokes aside though, guys, like I said, typically more expensive equipment does mean better audio quality, but I am showing you that you can work with anything that you might have lying around your house already. If you guys do want to take your audio game to the next level and maybe want to get a microphone that isn't super expensive, but that might sound a little bit better than an onboard microphone for your headset, then I highly do recommend going with something like the Blue Yeti USB microphone. And it's a USB mic that does get a fair amount of quality for what you're paying. I'm going to put this microphone and other USB microphones that are more affordable in the description down below that you could check out or purchase to support the channel in the event that you're feeling ready to step up your audio game. Now, guys, as I said, this video in specific applied to any sort of microphone up to USB microphone. But if you're interested in getting an XLR microphone setup for your streams or your YouTube videos or your podcasts like the one that I'm using right now, then go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know that you're interested in that video. Again, subscribe and turn on the bell so you're notified when I post it. All right, guys, one last time, if you want to ask me any questions when I'm live, go ahead and check out my Twitch. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Sometimes I'm live on Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to go ahead and talk with some of the experts in our community about any technical issues you might be having, or if you have any questions about how to set up your audio any further, go ahead and join our Discord. Links in the description down below to ask us any questions that you may have. I really hope that this video gave you everything you guys needed to get your audio set up to work awesome. And until next time, happy streaming. Wow! I went to go and emote him and he fucking choked me. All right, you dishonorable piece of crap. That got him real good. Woo!